Welcome to my channel, Realfearchronicles. Today, my video is about the haunting of Willow Lake. In the quiet, sleepy town of Willowbrook, USA, nestled in the heart of the Midwest, a sinister secret lay hidden beneath the calm waters of Willow Lake. Locals spoke of strange occurrences, but most dismissed them as mere folklore. One chilling autumn night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to investigate the legends. They had grown up hearing stories about Willow Lake's haunted past, tales of eerie lights that danced on the water's surface, and ghostly figures that lurked in the shadows. Armed with flashlights and youthful bravado, they rowed their small boat to the center of the lake, where an old abandoned cabin stood, partially submerged. As they approached, they felt an eerie coldness in the air, and the wind whispered strange incantations. Inside the cabin, they discovered an ancient diary, its pages filled with cryptic writings and sketches of horrific creatures. It was clear that the cabin had not been inhabited for decades, but the diary hinted at a sinister presence that had once called it home. The teens were so engrossed in their discovery that they failed to notice the dark waters of the lake beginning to churn. The first sign of trouble was a low, guttural moan that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the cabin. The teens exchanged nervous glances, their flashlights trembling in their hands. The wind outside picked up, whistling through the broken windows and making the ancient, rotting wood creak and groan. As they continued to read the diary, the moans grew louder and more distinct. It was as if the cabin itself was trying to communicate with them, a desperate plea for release from its cursed existence. But they couldn't decipher the writings in the diary. They were in a language that seemed to defy human comprehension. Suddenly, the boat rocked violently, sending one of the teens, Jenny, tumbling to the cabin floor. She let out a scream, and the others rushed to her side. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped in the cabin with no way out. The boat continued to sway, and the moans grew louder, now joined by eerie whispers that seemed to come from all around them. Desperation fueled their efforts to escape the cabin. They pounded on the walls, searching for a hidden exit, but it was as if the very structure of the cabin resisted their attempts to break free. The wind outside howled, and the diary pages fluttered as if possessed by some unseen force. It was then that they noticed the water level in the cabin rising steadily, creeping up their legs. The realization struck them like a bolt of lightning. The cabin was sinking, and they were trapped inside with no way to escape. Their screams and pleas for help echoed through the cabin, mixing with the malevolent moans and whispers that surrounded them. In their frantic struggle to stay afloat, the teens clung to the rotting furniture, but the water continued to rise inexorably. The eerie lights that had been dancing on the lake's surface now seemed to encircle the cabin, casting grotesque shadows on the water-stained walls. The diary, its pages now soaked and unreadable, slipped from one of the teens' hands and drifted into the rising water, vanishing beneath the surface. The boat that had brought them to the cabin had drifted away, carried by the lake's dark currents. They were alone, trapped in a sinking tomb. It was then that they heard a new sound, a chilling, otherworldly wail that seemed to come from deep within the lake itself. Panicked and horrified, the teens struggled to stay above water, but something malevolent lurked in the water, something ancient and vengeful. It rose from the depths, a spectral figure with hollow eyes and outstretched skeletal hands. The teens screamed as the creature, a grotesque and waterlogged specter, dragged them one by one into the murky depths, their voices silenced forever. Only one of them managed to escape, barely clinging to life. He was pulled from the water by a passing fisherman who had heard the commotion. The rescuer, an old man with weathered skin and a haunted look in his eyes, wrapped the survivor in a warm blanket and offered him a hot cup of tea. The survivor's hands trembled as he recounted the horrors he had witnessed, the ghostly figure that had emerged from the lake, and the cabin's malevolent descent into the watery abyss. The fisherman listened intently, his eyes filled with a mixture of sympathy and dread. "You were lucky to escape," the fisherman said, his voice trembling. "Willow Lake has a dark history, and that cabin is cursed. It's been the site of many tragedies over the years, and the spirits that dwell there are not to be trifled with." The survivor nodded, his mind still haunted by the night's events. He had lost his friends, and the weight of their deaths hung heavy on his soul. As the survivor left the fisherman's cottage, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had only scratched the surface of Willow Lake's dark secrets. The fisherman's words echoed in his mind, and he couldn't help but wonder about the ancient curse that seemed to hold the lake in its grip. The video, "The Haunting of Willow Lake," would recount this gruesome tale, mixing real-life accounts with chilling reenactments of the fateful night, serving as a warning to all who dared to venture near the cursed waters of Willow Lake. The survivor's harrowing experience would serve as a chilling reminder of the malevolent forces that lurked beneath the deceptively calm surface of the lake and the cabin that had become their watery tomb. In the years that followed, Willow Lake would remain a place of dark fascination for those who sought to uncover its secrets. But none would ever forget the terrifying events of that fateful night when the lake's vengeful spirits claimed the lives of the young and the fearless. For more videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.